Hi everyone, my name is Sina Talebian, and I'm going to be the facilitator for the MSE 564 Knowledge Discovery from Databases and Data Visualization for Engineering Managers. My current role, I am a staff data analyst working in a video game industry. And for the past 7 or 8 years, I've been involved in many different roles around data analytics, ranging from manufacturing industry all the way to tech industry and micromobility and entertainment. The course that I put together for this program was designed to help the students not only understand how to manipulate data sets that they have available in their organization and get insight out of it, but also taking a step back to first better understand what sort of key performance indicators need to be decided for an organization to be successful, and then what sort of infrastructure needs to be laid down in order to take the company from one stage to the other stage in terms of its data evolution. With that said, we're going to be talking in this course also about those strategies and infrastructure needed for a successful data-driven organization. And obviously, it wouldn't be a data course without working with data sets. So a big portion of this class is designed to learn how to work with the SQL language. SQL language is a very common language designed to work with data sets. Now, there are many syntaxes of SQL language available in the market, but the one we're going to be going over is the MS SQL version of that language, which is very standard across the industry. Now, after going through many example and exercises in the class, hands-on exercises in the class, we're going to be towards the latter end of the class focusing on data visualization and what sort of reports and visualization are appropriate for what type of KPIs and key performance indicators. We're going to be using the Tableau software for that latter part of the class. However, I understand there are many other visualization tools in the industry ranging from Power BI, Looker, MicroStrategy, and many more. But the focus of this class is not to be mastering Tableau or any specific type of application. It's more geared toward better understanding visualization as a whole and what type of graphs and tables and different type of visualizations are appropriate. With that said, although we will be going over Tableau, but the base or the focus of that latter portion is just visualization and effective communication through use of visualization. So that is kind of the grand scheme of this course that was put together. The SQL language by itself is a very easy to learn language. However, it takes a lot of practices in order to master the language itself. And we only for this course have around 8 weeks to go over. For that reason, I'm going to be providing some pre-reading materials for all the students enrolled in this class to get ahead of what the SQL language is, what are the basic of this language and syntax. So by the time we get together in the classroom itself, we don't have to go over those preliminary discussion. We can mainly focus on actual practices in the class with either some real data sets and some artificial data sets that I'll be finding online. So every week in the class, we're obviously going to be learning this new language for those of you that never worked with SQL through use of data sets, most of them in CSV format. So it's either a CSV format or an Excel file that we're going to be uploading into an environment to enable us to code in SQL. Now, after the class is over, for every class that we'll be finishing, we'll also be given a home assignment that is required for you to complete in order to obviously get a full grade. But the topics that are going to be covered in that home assignment are everything we covered in the classroom. Whatever we practice in the classroom, then it's expected to apply that knowledge to a actual real data set. The focus of this course as a whole, especially the SQL portion, is to feel comfortable manipulating data set. Reason being that in a real industry or in a real environment, the data is never clean. And a lot of the times the data transfers are not automated. So you have to use Excel files and CSV files to migrate your file from one platform to another. This portion of the class will help you facilitate that process if you already don't have an automated process. And then the second portion of the class will be more visualization heavy. By the end of the course, all the students will be given a opportunity to grab a project from their own organization or from their own work. And if data is available, you can grab that data set and we can form a project around it to see how we can create some kind of KPI in your organization. And if there is one, that is perfect. We're going to be focusing on how to maintaining and establishing an infrastructure of reporting for your organization through that final project. Now, if you don't have any data set available, that is fine. You can find any other, or you can work with me. We can find some kind of data set that enables you to do all of those stages of reporting, although it's going to be artificial data set, but it still enables you to apply your findings and learnings in the class to an actual project. So that's going to be the full scope of the class itself. And throughout the course, I'm always going to be available for Q&As. If you have questions, you can send them to me over email, and or we can set up side sessions to go over a specific part of a SQL or any other thing you might have question about. Thank you so much, and I look so forward to beginning of this new course and this new program, and I look forward to meeting you all. Thank you.